Alright, and it looks like we're ready to go. So, welcome to Celeste. As we enter the prologue stage here. So, Celeste is basically a platformer where we can jump, we can run, and we can climb. As our both our runners making their way through the prologue here. Skipping cutscenes, saving some time by jumping there on the bridge. And what does every good platformer need? Obviously, a dash. That's what this bird is going to teach us here. Next few seconds. Okay, and we're synced up here. Yes, as we enter first stage Forsaken City shortly here. Alright, so you're gonna see some dashes here, some hyper dash, some wave dash, and oh, Gamzee taking an unfortunate death there in the first room. But that shouldn't be that much of a problem because the first three stages, or the first two stages are pretty short. And no lead is safe here, so we're up for some chases. Alright, Flesh taking a little bit of a lead here. The first stage. And the first gimmick of this game are these zapper blocks, or yeah, they called zipper blocks, sorry, not zapper. Zipper blocks. And if you touch them, they shoot you forwards, basically, if you jump in the right moment. But we're gonna skip most of them here, as you can see on both our runners' screens, with Flesh skipping this long one there. And looks like Gamzee came a little back now after his first few short deaths. Like I said, they are no problem. There is plenty of opportunity to catch up here. And yeah. As Flesh coming up here on the last screen of this chapter. He's going for the neutral jump here. So basically if you jump and don't move the analog stick, or the D-pad, whatever you prefer here, you can jump away from the wall and jump back if you move the D-pad, obviously, in the other direction after you jumped. And so you gain height without losing stamina. Which is good for this part here, because we can save a little bit of time. Gamzee struggling a little bit here. Whilst Flesh entering Old Sight, the second level of this game. Which introduces these dream blocks here. They are not activated right now, but soon they're gonna be. And looks like the game crashed for Gamzee here. Unfortunate, but fortunately the game is timed in in-game time, so he doesn't lose time. Alright, so we have Flesh here making his way through Old Sight, whilst we wait for Gamzee to get his game back up here. Entering Badline chase here. So Badline wants to give us a hug, and yeah, she's following us, mirroring our movement 3 seconds later. And yeah, basically that's all we have to say about Badline. So far, we can't actually attack her, so yeah. Alright, let's see here. Oh, okay. Gamzee is back here. Started the game back up and is back in the game here. So the only hard thing here is to tell who's in the lead after the stage, because, like I said, it's timed by the in-game time. And yeah. Let's see. We're seeing Flesh finishing here with 4... Oh, that's not the stage finish, sorry. Flesh entering the awake section here. Indicating that this whole chapter was a dream after all, so... We're back, awake, and yeah. So there is no way to die in this section here where Flesh is. Only if he would hit retry, he could die. Alright, and Flesh finishing up with a time of 4:54. Let's keep that in mind. Alright, 4:54. And now entering next level, next chapter called Celestial Resort, where the next enemies are introduced, these dust bunnies, which you just briefly saw on the last screen here. Meanwhile, Gamzee making his way through Badline Chase here. Alright, let me talk about Celestial Mansion really quick here. So, Celestial Mansion is the first level here which is actually pretty cycle-based. So, if you enter a room, the enemies and the platforms and everything are on a cycle. Let's call it the first cycle, or the first cycle. And if you die in the room, the cycle doesn't reset to the same, but rather it resets to a death cycle, which is a little bit slower most of the time. So most of the runners opt to go out of the room completely and reset this cycle because they're not used to death cycles. But there are also these runners which prefer death cycles sometimes. In some rooms it is not that fast, not that slower. Maybe we're gonna see it from one of the runners later here. And yeah. Flesh making his way through Mansion here, Celestial Resort, whilst Gamzee entering Awake section here. Looks like Gamzee is behind like 50 seconds, maybe at most 50 seconds. Oh no, it's 1 minute. Pretty much 1 minute behind here. And Flesh entering a huge mess here, where we basically have to get this key in the middle. And how do we do it? We hit 3 switches to clean up for Oshiro. That's the guy you just saw on Flesh's screen. And Gamzee now entering Resort as well. Alright, Flesh not going for spike jump here. Hitting the first switch here at bottom 1 to save some time. We speedrunners know exactly the position of Oshiro here and the next one. So we optimize the route to go bottom, top and right side in this order to save some time. Alright. Flesh doesn't look like he's having that much of troubles here. Gamzee a little bit struggling, but still there's plenty of opportunities to catch up in the later levels here. See if Flesh is going for an early cycle here. Or a little shortcut. No, he's taking it safe. No, taking a short death there. Meanwhile, Gamzee making his way too soon, being in huge mess. Flesh hitting now the last switch. And is about to collect this key, which I was talking about. In the middle here. And entering the next section, the elevator shaft. Which can be pretty tricky. It has some long rooms here and there. So yeah. First one being... Oh, missed the lock there. No problem getting the lock back. And Gamzee now in the huge mess section. Making good progress here. Still both runners making good progress, and still no major time losses, I'd say. Flesh entering the next one of the harder rooms in this level. Making it through in the first try without any problems, though. Impressive stuff here on Flesh's side. Last room before Oshiro's suit there, or the prime suit. Alright, and entering Oshiro fight here. So, even though we cleaned for Oshiro, he's mad at us because we don't want to stay in his hotel, we just want to climb the mountain, right? And maybe Badline insulted Oshiro a little bit, but that's not the main point here. Yeah, so he's mad at us, he's chasing us on top of his hotel here. And yeah, he's locking onto us, as you see on the screen, with these lightnings. And indicating he's gonna dash at us on the vertical position of a Madline here. Oh, and taking a death there, Flesh. So you can actually hurt him, or let's say not hurt him, but bounce off him to get a dash replenished and to put him down. Alright, then now entering the last room here, which is the trickiest one. A death here could be pretty costly. Let's see if Flesh makes it through in one piece here. And yeah, looks like 11:45 for him. Alright. Level 3 done. Chapter 3 done. Chapter 4 incoming here, called Golden Ridge. And Gamzee finishing up huge mess section, entering elevator shaft. So, new level, new gimmick here. These blue bubbles, or let's say greenish turquoise bubbles, which are basically like a dash for Madline, and also replenish the dash. So we can use that to make some progress. Also introducing the wind here. There's not much to say about wind. And the last thing which we're going to see here are these clouds. White ones are staying. Red ones vanish after one jump. And basically if they are lower, you get a higher jump. And yeah, that's basically it. Going for the risky strat there. Getting in first try, no problem. And let's see if Gamzee can make it through in one piece on this section here. Going for the hyperdash strat there. And second try hyperdash strat for Gamzee. Not going for spike jump either here again. Flesh. Saves a little of time in the auto scroll section. Maybe we're gonna see it from Gamzee. But that's gonna be later a little bit here. And let's see, this is the next little skip here. There's a skip here where you can skip this last part of the auto scroll to see if Flesh goes for it. No, taking it safe again. He probably knows he's in the lead a little bit. He probably knows as well that he's a little bit of the favorite in this match, so he's taking it safe, which is a good decision in my opinion. So yeah. And entering Oshiro fight Gamzee, getting through this first 2 rooms without any big troubles. Going for some fast threats there, Flesh, with these wave dashes. Another shortcut here with a hyper dash of a cloud, or an extended hyper dash of the cloud, which preserves the dash and still gives you height here because of this cloud. Let's hope for no deaths here for Gamzee in the last room, which is coming up here. Yep. Looks like no problem for him here. Oh, and as I say that, he takes 1 death. And Flesh entering heavy wind section here. Which is pretty easy to describe. It's just a section with heavier winds. Not much more to say here. Except, as well, introducing snowballs. Snowballs are small Oshiros. From right to left. And I didn't catch the time here for Gamzee. 13:40. Nearly 2 minutes behind. Alright, snowballs again. Mini Oshiros from right to left. Locking onto your vertical position again. Also bounceable like Oshiro. Restoring a dash there. And that's basically it. So they can be manipulated to give you bounces to save time. Let's see if one of the runners goes for something like this. Flesh struggling a little bit in this room here. Taking a few deaths here. But still has a pretty big lead here. And coming up in the last room here. See how he manages to do that. It looks like no problem here. And finishing with a little retry there. Shoutouts to retry and skip cutscene being on the same button here. I think it happened to every runner of this game. Let's see. Gamzee coming up on... Yeah, he's going for spike jump. And he gets it. Second try. So basically... It was second try, I think. What's going on there is... if Madeline jumps from behind the spike wall, there is a short amount of time where you can wall jump from a spike wall while not getting hit. And that's what happened there. Alright, next thing. Mirror Temple here for Flesh. Introducing red bubbles, which are enhanced version of turquoise bubble. And also these zipper blocks again. Which are activated by dash. So they have 2 positions, one neutral position and one dashed position. Alright, 16:10 is the time for Golden Ridge. Making his way through here. Through this section. So we're coming up on another skip here, a developer intended skip. Where we take this red bubble here and skip having search a key here. Like I said, it's developer intended. Because if you would 100%ly complete this game, you would need another key. And you have to save your key here. Oh, taking a death there. In this long room. It's very costly again. That's exactly the problem what I was talking about earlier. So these are the long rooms, and if you take a death here, oh, it's gonna cost you quite some time. Another one, unfortunately. Let's see, he's taking it slow. Oh, another one, giving Gamzee more time to catch up here. Oh, this is unlucky for Flesh here. And Flesh talking in chat here. Flesh, you should not talk in chat. You should you should concentrate on the game here. And makes it through. In the end, he makes it through. Some small headbangs there from Madeline. And he's going to Big Mirror here. Entering the nightmare section, that's what I like to call it. And Gamzee did catch up quite a bit here. I'd say it's hard to tell again because these runners are, the in-game time is a little bit different for both of them because Gamzee's crashed earlier. Alright, nightmare section here, introducing what you just saw, like the Seeker section there, where you control the Seeker and they get introduced to the mechanic of these guys. So they can destroy walls, they can press buttons and more, which you will see later. Alright, and here's the first one. So they also only want love. The Seekers only want love, they want to hug you. Well, I'm sorry for that. And yeah, but you don't want to hug them, so bad luck for them, right? And like I said, also the Flash not trusting the explosion there, but still, oh, missing that jump there, but still manages to let the Seeker hit that button for him. Another interesting strat here for Flash, which can save some time. He destroyed a wall there earlier with the Seeker. Oh, and taking a death there. Oh, and I didn't catch again. A 1907 for Gamzee. So he lost a little bit of time again. He's behind 3 minutes now. Still, there is still time to catch up here. And he's going for the normal strat here, which is taking this red bubble and flying across this screen here, which is okay to use. It's not that much slower, maybe like 5 seconds. If I have to guess. And Flash again taking his time here in this section, which is, by the way, one of the more annoying rooms, I'd say, as well. Because sometimes the Seeker tend to have their own minds and don't want to cooperate at all with you. They're making your life a living hell. Okay, let's see. Flash entering the great search here really soon. Just after the screen, gonna be another big section. But we're gonna skip that section because we're speedrunners and we wanna go fast. So what you have to do is you have to get these 2 keys. You just saw them briefly on the screen here, but we're just gonna skip that with a reverse hyper dash in between these spikes here, and just like that, Flash does it. Second try. It's like 3 minutes time save. Let's see what Flash is doing here. Having a little of trouble here climbing with these wall bounces. Oh, and making it under there without much problem, and that looked impressive. Oh, and unfortunately misses that. And resetting. Resetting there. He could have saved it. He has an interesting strat there. One thing... Yeah, now he got it. Bouncing the Seeker into the switch there. Alright, Gamzee entering Nightmare section. Alright. And Flesh finishing up this section here, entering the Theo section. Everyone's favorite section here. Which is a pretty technical part of the stage. Missing that jump, the Theo throw there, unfortunately. So we have to pick up Theo here, and we can't dash with him in hands. So we have to throw him and dash into him to preserve some momentum. Also, Madeline is pretty good trained. She can lift Theo up without any problem here. I wonder where she goes to the gym, man. Oh, dodging there. Nicely done by Flesh here. And Gamzee making his way through the section with the Seekers here. Again, it looks like he caught up a little bit. Because he didn't quite die so much until now in this section. Now entering the last room here. Flesh entering the last room. Let's see what he's going for. Going for the normal strat here. Getting juked by our lovely Seekers. And Gamzee making it through in one piece in the first try on this room here. Where Flesh had a little of trouble. Oh, and taking death there, unfortunately. Okay, so the last room here is basically just dashing and getting to the front here as fast as you can and hitting that eyeball with Theo. Alright, next timestamp here for Flesh, which is 25:04. Alright, let's see here. And entering Reflection. So these feathers are new here. They are different from the whole movement in this game. So they move on 360-degree analog sticks. So controller players have a little bit of advantage here, over only keyboard or D-pad player, if you could say that. And yeah. Normally you can only move in these 8 directions, but with the feathers you can go in all 360 degrees directions. Saving some time, so yeah. As well, we get introduced to these crush blocks, also named by the community Kevin blocks. They are named after the guy who made the noise. Alright. And skipping the feather there on the left side with some neutral jumps there. Let's see how this is going here. Oh, taking the upper route here. Gamzee taking the faster route, let's say, for Theo. Oh, but unfortunately throwing Theo right into the spikes there. Alright, another thing here introduced are these bumpers. So if you get bumped on them, if you turn on the frame where you hit the bumpers, you actually get a double boost there, or twice the distance on a double boost. And that can be pretty handy as well. And Flesh taking the usual route here for most of the speedrunners. Bottom route here as well, which is faster. Ooh, and missing that feather there. And now finishing up. Only 1.5 minutes behind now. So, yeah, Gamzee made up some time, which is impressive. Or a little bit more, 2 minutes. But he was behind 3 minutes, so now he's only 2 minutes. And that is impressive. Oh, going for the safe strat there. Ooh, that was a save by Gamzee. And Flesh going into the depths here. Where we have to track down Badline and give her a haircut. As you can see, we see her hair on the screen here. And it's pretty long. Not going for the 3 skip here, only for 2. Which is safe for a little bit. So... Alright, and Flesh is in the last room before the Badline fight. On his big Kevin Bock, looks like he's going for the Ultra strat here. Not quite, still pretty fast strat there. And we're into the Badline fight. So, this is the boss fight of this game. And it's not a typical boss fight. We have to dash into Badline and give her a hug. And push her back in the room, so she opens a new path. And she has 2 attacks. One is laser beams, and one is the flames, which you just saw in the first 3 rooms. And with that, she wants to make your life hell. As well, here everything is cycle-based, pretty much. Making it through most of the attacks faster, or fast, to actually not get the attack out. Gamzee making his way also through the section here. And it looks like we have a freeze here. OBS disconnected. Alright, so we're waiting for... Oh, I think he's reconnected. Yeah, it looks like the frame moved, so we have a new build, a new picture here. Something happened though. Alright, chat tells me he lost some time there, but he's trying to reconnect, so I hope We're having him back really soon. Okay, and looks like he's back. I see some moving there, so looks like he made it back in one piece here, entering the depth section as well. We still have some freeze frames, but it's getting better again. A little bit unlucky here, but still can happen to everyone. And Flesh in the last room here of reflection. Ooh, and saved! Saved! That was a brilliant save there, I have to say. Wow. And now, yeah, we play in our... Celeste is also an RPG, as you just saw on the screen there. We leveled up, and we got the double dash now. So, double dash here. Not Mario Kart, but Celeste double dash. Yeah. So, plot-wise, we got thrown down from the mountain to the ground, and now we're entering the last stage, where we have to climb... we have to climb the mountain again. And yeah, that commentator curse is happening right now. It's always when I'm talking about someone making it through a room without any problems, he dies. That's unfortunate, but happens as well. So I try not to spoil anything here. Yeah. Alright. Flash in first section of Summit here, which is the reflection section. And getting through there. Ooh. Saving it. Saving it. Nice save though. And taking it F there. I'm pretty unlucky here with that thing again. I just said he made it through in one piece and then he died. So, yeah. Alright, Flash entering 500 meter section, which is Forsaken City, which brings back these zipper blocks. Alright, making it through, making progress here. Good progress for Flash. I remind you of Flash's PB, which is 45.32. So when he enters 3,000 meters, we can say if he's on PB pace or not. Else it's pretty hard to say in this section here as well. Because we don't know what strats the most of the runner use here. So yeah. And with that also Gamzee's PB 56.15. And as well here, if he enters 3K section, we can give you more information about that. Alright. But now Flash entering the 1,000 meter section. As well, yeah, that's... We don't see any cabin blocks here, sadly, in this chapter. And the problem with the PBs on screen is that not all of the runners have PBs which are the same on speedrun.com here. So it's not that easy to get everyone's PB right. But that's where I step in, and I'm gonna remind you of the PBs every time as a commentator here. And now Flesh entering 1.5k here, which is again a very hard section because it's again cycle based, like Celestial mentioned, very tight cycles here. Oh, and taking a little left there. Ooh. Looking for the optimal drop there, getting it and taking it safe here. And he's coming up, Flesh coming up on a very... Oh, he's not gonna go for the Ultra Set sadly, but still okay. So this room has some really cool... Ooh, and that was very close for Flesh there. Has some very cool strats. If you ever watched like top runs, you will see that there are some Ultra Dash strats which look very neat. But now Flesh entering last room here. Meanwhile, Gamzee entering the summit. So we have... I didn't pay attention how much time. Looks like Gamzee behind by 2.5 minutes, probably. Taking an intended shortcut here to get a strawberry. Our Swan Sweat. Ooh. Another death here, another quick death though. And getting the Swagberry here. Entering another wind section. And some more snowballs. Dodging them like a pro. Is he going for auto scroll skip? No, he's not. Maybe for a small portion? No, he's not. Again. Taking it slow here, taking it safe. Which is the better call, I'd say, if you're in a position of Flesh right now. Ooh, and taking it after an auto scroll section. And Gamzee meanwhile entering the 500 meter section, which is Forsaken City. Alright. When missing a small skip there. And now in the last room of the 2000 mark here. About to enter the Mirror Temple section of Summit. And Gamzee entering the old side section, right? Old side, yes. 1000 versus 2500 here. Showing us the fast strat here. There's also like a chill bubble on the left side of the whole screen there to skip the most of the part there. But it's slower, so... But now coming up on another skip here, getting it first try, Flesh, no problem. Where you would have to take the red bubble, but we can skip that with 2 neutral jumps and 2 dashes. And we're gonna enter the 3000 mark here for Flesh, where we have 30 checkpoints. No door skip, sadly, but hey, swag strats. We don't need swag strats if we can go safe. All right, and get ready to count down the checkpoints here when Flesh enters the 3000 section. So basically, there are 30 checkpoints left for Flesh to go. First 3 are in a normal section. Then we have a downward draft section where gravity is increased. We have an updraft section then coming up where gravity is decreased. Sorry if I got that wrong. Could be. But entering the downward draft here first. Where we can't jump that high. So that's what I was trying to tell you here. All right. 24 for Flesh here. Missing that one. We're already at 22 here. We are making rapid progress. 21 for Flesh. And going back there for the dash, which is a smart idea, making it to checkpoint 20. And Gamzee entering the last room of the 1.5k section. Right, and again here, Flesh, it's gonna be hard for him to PB. It's still possible, but it's gonna be hard, I'd say. Okay, checkpoint 15. Making rapid progress here. Checkpoint 13. So roughly 2 minutes or 1.5 minutes for Flesh until his PB is gone. And Gamzee making it through the wind section here with the snowballs. The one snowball room in the summit here. Checkpoint 10 for Flesh. And skipping, no, not skipping checkpoint 9 or 8, sorry. We're at 7. I'd say it's still possible here for Flesh. If he's playing it safe and good here on the last 5 checkpoints, it might be still possible. Now 1 minute to go for Flesh. It's gonna be pretty hard. Let's see. Oop, taking a little intervention there. And with that, it's pretty much impossible for him. Ooh, with that death, that's definitely gone now. But still, Flesh in the lead here on this third to last checkpoint. Ooh. Ooh, and taking another F there. Alright, let's see if Gamzee can make a PB here. Can't quite tell here. And now Flesh making it through here. Through the section of the 3 checkpoint. Now again, we're on the 2nd checkpoint. Taking a death there. Another death here. Oh, and Flesh struggling a little bit on the last checkpoint, the last 2 checkpoints here. Now should be a time where flag 1 is met here. And Flesh finishes first place in the race. Oh, and Gamzee going for an interesting threat there. With 46.25 for Flesh there. Still a very good, decent run here. Sadly no PB by about 1 minute. Very well played here from him. All right. Gamzee's PB, I remind you of that. 56.15. Right, Gamzee coming up on door skip really soon here. Let's see if he's going for it. And with that, the time passed for Gamzee to win the race here. So Flesh is officially the winner here for our race. And it looks like we don't have audio for Gamzee here. And he's going for door skip. Yeah, he's going for it. Let's see. It looks like we need... Door skip second try. Nice. That's very good. Thing is, with door skip, just that you know, door skip saves around 1 minute. 1 minute, sorry, 1 second if you get it first try. And now Gamzee entering the last section. Okay, and he's entering the downward draft section. And Flesh, will he show us the crusty pie here? We sadly only collected 2 strawberries in this whole run, so yeah, there is a... This is not really a strawberry pie for us. It's more like a crusty pie. And let's see, Gamzee is on PB pace here. He could PB. He's gonna keep his pace up. Let's hope for him. Going for an for a backwards ultra dash there, or hyper dash. Sorry, a reverse hyper dash. Crusty crab pie, and yeah, Flesh is gonna show us here what a real strawberry pie has to look like. Pretty crusty. 46.25. 1 minute behind his PB. Still a very decent run. Gamzee now at checkpoint 14, if I didn't misread that. All right, coming up here. Finishing up here the section, the upward draft section after the longest part of the section here. But taking a death there, sadly. Oh, that was pretty close. That was very close. Let's hope for no deaths. No deaths. Nice. Checkpoint 10 for Gamzee. And on Flesh side, we see our little checkpoint book here, where we can track all the stats, how many deaths, how many strawberries, and all the things here, which is important for 100% runs. All right, coming here. Coming up on the last 5 checkpoints here for Gamzee. Let's see. This looks like a PB to me. His PB at the moment 56-15 again. He's on pace for let's say a high 52, low 53. If he's playing it well here. Taking another small death there. Let's see here. Coming up on checkpoint 2 pretty soon. All right, last checkpoint for Gamzee here. And very well played here. Flag number 1 now only going. He only needs to. Oh my god, I was completely wrong here with the high 52. I'm really sorry. It's a low 52. And that's a 2-minute PB. So, yeah, feel free both the runners to join me in an interview here. When you hear that, Gamzee's done. Very nice PB here. All right, and we have Flesh here already. Flesh is in our room here.
Yeah.
All right, first of all, congrats on the win here.
Yeah, thanks.
Sadly, no PB by like 1 minute, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about this real quick. Like,
Yeah.
That could have been easily PB, but I throw everything away in Mirror Temple, and that was like my only major bad part. Like,
Yeah, the long
you saw
room
my
there.
The one room with the 3 or 4 bubbles, the very long room, I lost there a minute because I died 4 times or 5 times. I have no idea why I died there so often. Like, played super impatient. And then another room with the Seeker, I died also 4 or 5 times, which never happened to me before.
Yeah, the longest room with the Seekers.
Yeah,
I'd say.
because of that, I lost compared to my PB in Chapter 5, 2.5 minutes, and that was Run Killer. Otherwise, it would have been, like, probably, like, I could have lowered my time in Summit by 1 or by a half of a minute too, so that could have been a sub 44, honestly. Like, I played actually very well overall.
Hello, Gamzee's
hello.
also here now.
Gamzee. GG's though. And
for
congrats on
having
your
me, guys,
PB.
and, yeah.
No problem, man. So you got a PB there by 4 minutes.
I'm super stoked.
Congrats on that.
I believe it's about 4 minutes because the time that I got was 52:12. My PB was 56:15.
Yeah, so that's decent PB.
Overall, good summit and good reflection. So I personally, I feel happy.
Yeah,
That's good.
really good. Like, when I finished and he told me, yeah, he's on Mirror Temple Summit part, I was like, Wait, what? I was actually very surprised because I know your PB and that you were so fast. Really surprised me, and yeah, GG's and congrats on that huge PB.
Yeah, very solid summit there, and as well a reflection. So
yeah, I did mess up a lot, as well as that crash killed my times.
yeah, that was a little unfortunate, but you got it back, and still 4-minute PB, man. That's
that was awesome.
So
anyway, I'll leave now because I've got friends to be hanging out with.
All right, have a great time
right,
then.
All right.
Okay, so just one pretty quick question for you, maybe. You didn't go for that many skips. Are you planning on doing that soon, or what is your next, let's say, thing to learn in Celeste here?
Next thing to learn?
Yeah, like lake skip or whatever.
I'm honestly not very interested in doing any of the skips. Maybe auto-scroller skip is the only thing I'm thinking about. The auto-scroller skip in Summit.
Yeah. Okay, that saves a little bit of time there.
The small auto-scroller skip in Chapter 4 with the moving block.
Yeah.
I know I can do it, and I've done it already a couple of times, but I'm too inconsistent with it. But overall, I'm not that huge of a fan of doing skips. That sounds like very weird, but yeah, lake skip saves 4 seconds, but I might approach it when I get sub 40 or something.
Okay, so
also, I'm okay. That sounds like very upsetting, but I'm a big hater of door skip.
No worries. That's fine. That's all fine, man.
Okay, so yeah, I really don't like the idea of door skip. Like this 1 second, it might be worth it at a certain point, but I think I will never go for it in a long time. I won't ever go for it, but actually this 1 second is not worth it. Like it looks easy, and I think I can do it, but I'm just fine with the casual route.
Okay, yeah, that's
like
I've seen you doing like the safe strats most of the time and still saving time there, and there's potential for you to go low, I'd say. Sub 40 is sub 40 your target here?
Yeah, currently I'm just like targeting sub 45, but yeah, my actual end time goal is becoming one of the top runners. Like I have really a drive for that, but it's going to be a long way. But I try to improve on it every day.
That's good.
And like I'm just currently looking to like get better with my general movement, like that I don't stop at certain points, and I just like can confidently say, okay, I gotta do here an hyper or extended hyper, and I get it every time. I just want to get more consistent with my movement stuff before I look more into faster strats or skips. But from time to time, I'm actually thinking about adding some more faster movement stuff in chapter 1, 2, and 5.
Okay, yeah.
And
that
maybe
sounds
6.
Like
Overall, I'm very happy with my actual strats in 6, but there's every time I'm attempting on chapter 6, I do some fails here and there. And overall, I have to work on my chapter 7 too, but yeah.
It's part of the learning process.
Yeah, true. And also like my chapter 5 doesn't look that good didn't look that good in that run. Normally, I'm very happy with my chapter 5 and can get sub 6 minutes, I think, or 6:20, something like that, if I get everything done. And chapter 3 and 4 are like, yeah, I can do them very good, but I like nerfs and stuff destroy it sometimes. Like it's very hard for me to stay focused. Like in that run, I could have easily got a sub 4 golden ridge, and also my halter wasn't that bad until that one room in Big Mess where I died a bunch. But overall, I'm really happy with these 2 chapters so far right now.
Okay, that sounds like a plan to me. So we're gonna expect some low runs from you in the futures.
I hope so.
I hope so too. So is there anything last you want to say to the viewers here on the stream?
Yeah, thanks for the support and tuning in. Like, and thanks to you for commentate.
No problem. Every time again.
Yeah.
If I'm free, I'm here.
Yo, that's a good approach. And I just like, yeah, that was my first win. I expect one more win in my group stage, but other than that, I'm just trying to have fun in the tournament. Like, I joined that community directly after SGDQ, so
that's...
And I think tomorrow I have my, how to say it, my 1 month anniversary. Like, I'm running this game tomorrow since 1 month, and my first run was a 1 hour 24, and now being able to get sub 44, sub 45, I think I improved a lot, and I'm really happy with like my improvement so far in that game.
That is true. That is really true. Okay. So then I'd say congrats again on that win.
Yeah.
And obviously good luck on your next race.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
I think we just have to say goodbye.
Yeah, I'm just gonna announce some stuff here really quick.
Okay, then do so.
All right, guys. If you enjoyed this race, follow the runners. If you enjoyed the commentary, you can follow me as well, and obviously follow Speed Gaming for more Celeste races. Speed Gaming 1 through 5. There's everything on the channel here. Coming up really quick, if you want, we have Super Metroid on Speed Gaming 1. On Speed Gaming 5, this channel here, we're having a link to the past randomizer. If you want some more Celeste action, there will be some more Celeste action on Speed Gaming 4 in around 1 hour here. As well on Speed Gaming 2, there's a Chrono Trigger. So that's what's going on in the next couple of hours. If you're interested, tune in, and that's it from my side, I'd say. So, yeah, Flesh, you can say goodbye again if you want to.
Yeah, goodbye people, and thanks for commentary again. So, yeah.
No problem.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Guys, we'll see you later. Maybe. Bye-bye.